Imagine a country where high-speed trains zoom by and K-pop stars rule the world. But beneath the surface, there's a dark side you won't believe. South Korea, a place of innovation and pop culture, yet also a land of high pressure, long hours, and terrifying standards. Buckle up, because you're about to learn 10 dark facts about South Korea that will make you rethink everything you know about this powerhouse of a nation. Part 1. The brutal education system. Let's dive into the first one. South Korea's education system. Think your school was stressful? Try this on for size. Students here face the infamous Sunyang exam, where failure is not just an option, it's a catastrophe. Kids study relentlessly, sometimes pulling all-nighters, just for a shot at a prestigious university. Imagine this. You've spent your entire teenage years in a pressure cooker, knowing one wrong move could ruin your future. That's the reality for millions of South Korean teens. Part 2. The suicide crisis. That pressure has led to something much darker. South Korea has one of the highest suicide rates in the world, especially among young people. The pressure to succeed can break people mentally, and the toll is devastating. Even after efforts to reduce the numbers, suicide remains a major issue. It's honestly so intense, I feel like I'm stressing out just telling you about it. Part 3. Death by overwork. Now, let's talk about work culture. Get ready for this one. In South Korea, long work hours are the norm. We're talking 60, 70, sometimes 80-hour weeks. People work until they literally drop, because if you're not constantly working, you're seen as lazy. There's even a term for it, karoshi, which means death by overwork. No joke, it's so common that the government had to step in with regulations to prevent it. And guess what? It's still happening. Part 4. Beauty standards on steroids. Let's switch gears to something a little less life-threatening but equally crazy. Beauty standards in South Korea. The country is obsessed with perfection, so much so that plastic surgery is like getting a new pair of shoes. From double eyelid surgery to jaw reshaping, people are going under the knife to meet the impossible standards of beauty. It's so common that it's become a billion-dollar industry. If you're not perfect, well, you're just not good enough in South Korea's eyes. I can barely decide on what filter to use for my selfies, and these folks are changing their whole face. Part 5. The dark side of K-pop. And now, the global phenomenon K-pop. Sure, the music's catchy, the dance moves are epic, but behind the glitz and glam, things are much darker. K-pop idols train for years, starting as young as 12. They're pushed physically, emotionally, and mentally, sometimes losing their childhood for the fame. If you don't make it, you're out. Just like that. The industry is ruthless. Part 6. Losing personal life. Oh, and you can forget about personal life. K-pop idols barely have time for a regular day, let alone relationships, friendships, or just being a normal person. Imagine working so hard that you forget what a day off feels like. And I thought my 9 to 5 was bad. Part 7. The plastic perfection crisis. While we're on the topic of perfection, let's talk about something even more concerning. The dark side of South Korea's beauty industry. It's so intense that young people are sacrificing not just their time, but their health, going into debt just to keep up with the unattainable beauty standards. Part 8. The addiction to cosmetic surgery. The obsession with beauty is so strong that cosmetic surgery isn't just a trend, it's a lifestyle. South Korea has one of the highest rates of cosmetic surgery in the world, and it's not just about improving, it's about transforming into someone else entirely. People change their entire appearance just to fit into the ever-tightening mold of perfection. Part 9. The dark side of technology. South Korea is home to some of the most advanced technology in the world, but here's the twist. This tech-driven culture has led to some serious issues. One of them, a lack of privacy. The government has been known to monitor social media, and there's even a troubling rise in hidden cameras used to film people in public places. Privacy isn't really a thing here, which can feel a little unsettling. Part 10. The struggle for balance. But there's a silver lining. Things are changing. People are starting to push back against these toxic pressures. The younger generation is fighting for more personal time, mental health support, and realistic beauty standards. It's not perfect, but change is in the air. So, there you have it. South Korea, innovative, exciting, and full of extremes. If you're as intrigued as I am about other countries' dark secrets, you'll definitely want to check out 10 Crazy Facts About Japan. Trust me, it's just as wild. Click the screen now to keep your journey going. See you there.